Welcome to another week of reading, rambling, and real life with Jeanette. My name is Jeanette, and today is Monday, December the 8th. It is after work now, and my husband Andrew had the day off, so we went and did some errands once I got back home. One of the important things was to go get my free Tim Hortons coffee for the day. I only have one more day left for the week of this, so I had to take advantage of that. Then we went to Bath & Body Works and picked up some soap because I was running low. So what did we decide to get? We got Frozen Lake. We got Alpine Snowfall. Sweet Cinnamon Pumpkin. I love this one. Cozy Vanilla Almond. And my favorite that I buy every time it's available is Warm Vanilla Sugar. I absolutely love this one. And they're feeling sticky when I took them out, but I think they're okay. Then I came home to a package. So I'm gonna open it and see because I didn't order anything, but I have a suspicion of what it is. I mean, it feels like a book. Okay. Sorry, I was reading the gift notes. So, The Bitter End Birding Society by Amanda Cox. I cannot wait to read this one. I've loved Amanda Cox's books. And the other one is You Make It Feel Like Christmas by Tony Shiloh. Well, now I own a Christmas book. Huh. And her notes say, which one is the right note for the right book? Oh, that's funny. So, I'm pretty sure this one goes with, I hope you enjoyed this book. I am looking forward to reading a book by this author. I think that is for this book. Then the other note says, this book is set in my area and all the things they do at Christmas I have done as well. Okay. I hope you enjoy this taste of Christmas from my neck of the woods. And these were gifted to me by Anne from In Search of Wonder. Thank you, Anne. And yeah, okay. Well, I've read from Amanda Cox and I've really enjoyed her books. And I've only read one book by Tony Shiloh before that was set in Kentucky, but she's saying this one is set in Anne's area, which is Virginia. So, right? Yes. Yes, I'm pretty sure. So, okay, thank you. And what am I reading currently? Well, it's funny because I am reading My Merry Mistake by Courtney Walsh, which I am buddy reading with Anne from In Search of Wonder. That just worked out well. We are about 30-ish%. I'm reading it on my Kindle. I'm on chapter 15. I think it was 30 or 35% when I ended it. I stopped reading on Saturday so that Anne could catch up to me. And so I will start reading it again tonight. It's book 3 in the Heart Sisters series. Holidays with Heart, I think is what the actual series is called. And we are seeing the couple from book 1 and the couple from book 2 are in book 3. And I am really liking Finn right now. I really like him. And he is trying to win Rhea's heart. What's gonna happen? So that's what I'm reading right now. I'm also reading Dying Decoration by Randy Singer. This was my physical read in between, so I didn't get too far on My Merry Mistake. This is mother and father have been charged with neglect and manslaughter when their young son dies because they did not take him to the hospital right away. Is the main storyline. Then there's a secondary storyline with Charles being arrested for preaching on the street without a permit. But he is also a law professor, so he kind of knows his rights. And the two show up in court on the same day, so I think that's how they get connected to working together. I'm not really sure. I am not very far into this right now. I'm only on page 76, but it is chapter 16. I like this because the chapters are short. But yeah, so I'm very interested, and there is a character, Nikki, from this who is working as the children's special advocate. And Nikki was in a previous Randy Singer book that I had read, so she was very familiar to me. I was like, wait, I know this person. And I really liked her there, so I'm interested to see kind of how this story moves forward. This is a reread for me, but I read it prior to 2015, so I don't remember it at all, but we will see. Okay, so that is my update for now. I'm gonna work on getting supper ready. We are having mini meatloaves and mashed potatoes, and it's just, I made mini meatloaves yesterday, so I just gotta make mashed potatoes today to go with it. I'm excited. It's one of my favorite meals. And that's going to be supper. And then I don't know what I plan on reading tonight. Probably switching between the two. We'll see what happens. Hey, it's cold out here. Oh my gosh. I'm going to let my car warm up for a bit. I just had to scrape all the ice and snow off. Remind me I like winter. It's another snowy day. Look it, you can't even see our plant boxes on our table anymore. They're completely covered. Well, it is Wednesday after work, and I'm just waiting for the pot to boil so I can make some spaghetti to go with our pasta sauce that I made in the slow cooker yesterday. And I thought, well, I could check in about what the books I'm reading while I'm waiting for this pot to boil, because a watch pot never boils, right? So I am currently reading My Merry Mistake by Courtney Walsh, which is book 3 of the Holidays with Heart series. So this is following Rhea's story, the oldest sister. And I'm 60-ish%. I am buddy reading this with Anne from In Search of Wonder. And right now, Rhea's kind of annoying me. She's just so stubborn. And yeah. But I feel like we're at a turning point for her. I feel like something is going to happen. I really like Finn, and he is keeping me invested in the story because I just want to spend more time with him. Then my other book that I am reading is A Dying Decoration by Randy Singer, and I feel like this is going very, very slowly. I'm 130 pages, I think. Of course, my book is downstairs, not where I am. And so I think I'm about 100 some pages. Oh, and boiling. Okay, change of location. Andrew took over watching the pot once we put the noodles in. So, Dying Decoration. So I am 140 pages. I was right what I thought I was. I'm on chapter 28, which makes me feel like I'm very far, but I'm really not. Like, I'm a quarter of the way through. It is going slow. And we're still following the 2 separate men and kind of what's going to happen, or cases, I guess, and what's going to happen. There was a scene in the jail, like a rough fight scene that was just like, what? Like, it was just like, oh, don't let that happen. Then there was a Bible study scene also in the jail, and where they were talking about versions of the Bible. And one said, I brought the King James, which is the only authorized version of the Bible. And then the Bible study leader had handed out NIVs for people, but the one brought his own Bible. And so then they talked about different translations. So then they were reading the verse from the King James, then from the NIV, and then somebody was translating it into like kind of everyday slang now. And so this one said, so when Thomas read it from the King James, it was, verily I say unto thee, which as translated by Buster meant, this is straight up from your mama. I was like, really? Like, that just, it was entertaining. And with Christ in paradise or in his crib. Like, it was just like, yeah, it was entertaining, that part. But that's kind of where I ended right now. And we'll see. There's certain characters that I don't like. There's certain characters I'm rooting for. So we'll see what happens going forward. So that is what I am currently reading. And so, as I said, we're just making supper. Then we're going to work on Christmas cards after supper because we need to get them mailed out. We've already given out to some of family we've seen and stuff. But yeah, we need to get them mailed out. And I'm hoping to film a video tonight. We'll see what happens. Gusta. Supper after the dentist appointment. And today at work, I got treats from the Deacons. Cookies. Andrew will enjoy those, won't he?
Yes, I will.
I can't show him.
I was wearing a hat, and it's not pretty.
Andrew is replacing my shower head for me because it was leaking really bad this morning. And so now he's working on fixing it.
You think so, do you?
I think so. I know so.
Well, we just ran out of that.
Oh boy. Well, it is Thursday evening and I have not done good at checking in this week. I'm still reading My Merry Mistake by Courtney Walsh. I am reading this very slowly for me, mainly because I've done a lot of computer work this week in the evenings and haven't really read. Like, I've hardly read my other book either. And I barely listened to an audiobook this week. Like, what is going on? I mean, it's been a busy week at work, so I haven't had audiobook time to listen. We have a funeral tomorrow, so I've been preparing for that and then getting ready for Advent on Sunday and stuff. So, and then I've done a lot of channel stuff. I worked on my reading journal, worked on the printables. I think I finally set my reading goals for next year. I worked on recommendations for the January prompts for the dual timeline and hidden gems and tried to figure out what are possibilities for me for epistolary January. So it's been a lot of computer work. But tonight I have been participating in Em's sprints on her channel because I've been sitting at the computer. So I just have her on in the background and then I pop into the chat every once in a while. And I've also been watching the hockey game. So I am a big multitasker. Like, that is just normal for me. But yeah, so now I'm going to sit and read for a bit. It is 11:15 and I have not read anything physically today. And I'm counting this, like, I haven't read anything with my eyeballs yet today. And I really wanted to film this clip in front of the tree because it's only up for a period of time. But the lighting over here is not the greatest because we are in a basement. And so, yeah, I have pot lights and my glasses and shadows and, stuff. So for My Merry Mistake, I am at 75%. I hope to finish it tonight. We'll see. That might be pushing it a bit. Because it's on my Kindle, I don't know how many pages it is. But, I mean, I have a quarter of the book left. So I don't know. We'll see what happens. But we're at the point now where Rhea is starting to realize things and kind of address them. And feelings are developing. And so I am totally on board. I've always been on board for Finn, like from the beginning. And I didn't really like Rhea that much, but she is definitely growing on me. And I'm liking the positive changes that she is making. So I will keep reading and see how it goes. So, I just tried to record a clip. Whole 5 minutes of chatting. And it wasn't even recording. Oh, crazy. It is Friday after work now. And it is the weekend. Yay. And I thought I would update you on my reading. And I thought I would do it from the dining room in front of our big fish tank. Now, we call it our big fish tank because the fish inside are big. It is a 38-gallon. 40 gallon, maybe, about 3 feet long. So, I mean, it's big, but our other tank is the exact same size. It just has smaller fish in it in the living room. And so this is our big fish tank in the dining room. And when I got home from work, Andrew wasn't home, which is very unusual. So I don't know where he is, but he's been home and gone out again because his lunch bag is here. So I don't know. There's also a shovel outside, so I'm guessing he went to buy salt or a shovel because he was complaining about the shovel not having the sharp edge on the end, something, whatever. We've had so much snow this week, but thankfully today it has not snowed. Thankfully. Not only am I glad it didn't snow, but we also had a funeral at the church today, so I'm really glad it didn't snow for that, because that would have been miserable. And speaking of the funeral, it got me thinking, and here's where rambling comes in, because we had a slideshow running in the lobby before and after the service of the person's kind of memories, right, of the person and stuff. And it got me thinking, when I die, do I want that at my funeral? And if I do, because a lot of people do like picture boards and now more into slideshows, and I'm like, I like the idea of a slideshow, but what pictures would I want? And would my family use the pictures that I'd want or not? Maybe I should start selecting which pictures I want. Like, I'm going down a whole rabbit trail here. I'm just kind of like, oh my gosh, really? And it's funny because I was like, okay, Jeanette, stop trying to control everything. It will be your funeral. You won't be there. It won't matter what they do. And because the book I just finished reading, My Merry Mistake by Courtney Walsh, which is why I'm holding my Kindle because I have a couple quotes to share, and was basically, Rhea was almost a control freak. She wasn't called a control freak, but she was trying to do everything on her own and not take help from other people. And yeah, so it was like, yeah. But speaking of My Merry Mistake, I finished it last night and I really enjoyed it. I really did. It made me smile. There was one scene that kind of made me a little uncomfortable. I was like, that's weird. Like, yeah. But other than that, like, I really liked the way everything kind of wrapped up. I could have spent more time with Finn's family. Like, yeah, they were just entertaining. So the two quotes I have to share. One is, I'm not going to share the exact phrase because I don't want to give it away. But basically, your work is what you do. It's not who you are. Sometimes we get so wrapped up in it that you forget to live. You forget there's a whole big world out there just waiting for you to explore, not to conquer, just to explore. Because you get to be here on this earth right now, and that is a beautiful thing. It's like, okay, yes, I need that reminder at times. And not just for like work, right? Like, work is what you do. It does not define who you are. How you live defines who you are. Then the other one is, if I'm having fun, why does it matter what everyone else thinks about it? I was like, yeah, because I'm very self-conscious about things, and I know that, which is one of the reasons I do not like to film out in public, because I'm like, oh, they're going to be looking at me weird, like, why, right? I'm very self-conscious. But if you're having fun, what does it care what they think about it? I'm like, I need to write that down a number of places to remind myself, loosen up. And because you are having fun, who cares what they think? So yeah, that really struck home for me when I read that last night. It was like, yeah. And because it tied in with the scene that was happening, like, what it really made it feel very in my face, like, Jeanette, wake up, pay attention, remember this. Yeah. So I am giving this 4.5 stars. 4 stars. It's not quite a 5-star because I didn't like Rhea for the first half of the book. And she really annoyed me. So that's why it's not a 5-star. For a 5-star, and I mean, she does redeem, but not, I don't know. It's just not enough. I guess because, again, I want more at the end. But I really like the way that Courtney had, like in her author's note at the end, like it's the end of the series, but is it the end of the series? Like all three sisters have had a book now, so there's no other sister in the family, but there is possibility for more. And I was like, that's intriguing. What is she thinking? What's her plans? Will there be some special installment? We'll see what happens. So yeah, I really enjoyed it. Then I am listening to The Wish Book Christmas by Lynn Austen, which is the companion to If I Were You by Lynn Austen. And so now we're following the two women, Audrey and Eve, they've come to America now, and they have two young sons who are approximately the same age. So the four of them are living in a house together, and the women, the moms, are trying to raise their kids independently, not based on wealth, basically. They're trying to raise their kids and provide for their kids, and they have dreams for their future, like what they want to do now that they're in America. And I'm really enjoying it because the kids have found the Sears Wish Book catalog, and it's just before Christmas, and they're marking all the pages they want and all the stuff they want. And so they're trying to teach the kids that you cannot get everything, and you shouldn't want everything. And some of the way the kids bring the wish book with them to various places, or really are so engrossed in it. There are some really funny scenes because the moms thought they had dealt with it, they thought they put it away, and then it shows up again, and I'm just really, Then there is two guys involved. One we know is interested in one of the women. The other guy has just come on the scene, and it was like, is he going to be a love interest for the other woman? I don't know. I am 30% of the way through, I think. I should have grabbed my physical book to see, but I am also listening on audio, so I don't know exactly because I did not end at a chapter break. I do know that. But yeah, I'm really enjoying it, and I'm liking the way it is, the pace of it, the way it's moving. I'm really enjoying it. And so that is my current read right now. I'm also reading Dying Declaration, but I actually haven't read any of that for a couple days now because I've been focusing on this. And I also haven't read as much the last couple days as I normally would. But yeah, that is my update for now. Hopefully Andrew will be home soon. I have taco chicken soup in the slow cooker, and I just need to shred the chicken, and then it will be ready to eat. Well, not quite yet. It's a little early for supper, but yeah, I'm looking forward to that. It's one of I'm not a big soup fan usually, but I do like this one, so that is good. It is Saturday, early afternoon now, and I thought I would give you an update on what did I decide to pick up last night. So the book I decided to pick up was Explosive Christmas Showdown by Darlene L. Turner. I did not read very much last night. I think I read 50 pages, but I read 36 pages. I'm on chapter 4. Barely started. Basically, I was chatting with my best friend and my sister-in-law via text for quite a while last night, watching a hockey game and working on video planning for the future. And today I filmed another recommendations video, so that will be going up soon, hopefully. Today we've also done a load of laundry. Andrew has shoveled the driveway. We made bacon for lunch. We're going to work on some freezer meals shortly. And basically, Saturday is going to be a day at home, not leaving the house. So yeah, I just thought I would update you. As I said, I did not get very far. I do plan on reading later today. Maybe I'll finish this today. We'll see. I don't know, because I need to do some editing now that I filmed some videos. Okay, so we've got 3 freezer meals done here. 3 have already gone downstairs. Two have gone downstairs, I'm being told. So we have chicken and gravy, meatballs for meatball subs, pot roast, and over here we have ground beef that is cooked to make the sloppy joes. Since we were working on the freezer meals today, I thought I'd show you how I store my spices, because I've looked at all the different spice racks, various things, and I tried a bunch of them, and the system is what has worked the best for me. So I thought I'd share it. So I've got these little containers, like what are they called, from the dollar store. So I have this one, which is just a basic rectangle, and we just keep in here kind of the spices that we use the most often. And then behind it, so I should show you here. Okay, so here's our cupboard. So this normally sits right there, right? So then I can bring this down onto the counter and then just pull this out. Be back. So this is kind of what I have majority of the spices in. This is actually a fridge organizer. Right, like here's the handle. It kind of, you can kind of see it sticks out a little bit there. But it works perfect for this. So I just have all the spices in here, and then I just grab whatever I need and take over to the counter, or I can just bring this right over to the work surface for it. Usually I just put it right here in front. We keep our slow cooker here. So usually I just put it here and then grab what I need. But I love that I can just bring it out, put it in, and I'm not like trying to search without knocking down the ones in front of it or something. I love it. And I like these size of containers. So this is Clubhouse. I get these ones because my measuring spoons will fit in them nicely to measure things out. There is a few, like I have an old spice jar, right, from a set I had a while back, basically because I cannot get this spice in this style. I haven't been able to find it, so I've just used some jars. Then for my extra spices, so they're in the cupboard below the slow cooker. Again, containers are my friend. And so I just we buy just the bulk spices. So then I just have baggies with labels of what they are. And then I take these and refill the big containers when I need them. And then there's some. I get the big daddies because we go through these a lot, but I will refill the medium-sized containers with these. But yeah, that's how I store my spices. I love containers and kind of grouping everything together. Speaking of containers, I should show you how we do our snacks and our granola bars and stuff. So let's go over to the other cupboard. So here we have kind of our lunch stuff. So I just have these little trays, and so these are the peanut granola bars, the Nature Valley sweet and salty. So they have peanut butter on the bottom of them. So this is my side. And then here we have Andrew's side. So the dark chocolate nut and, and almond. So we buy these granola bars in the large pack at Costco, but it's a variety pack. And because I can't have chocolate, I have all the peanut ones and he has the chocolate ones. So it works out perfectly, right? So then this is like, he knows this is just for him. I will not eat this. And then the stuff in the middle is kind of whatever, right? And again, these are mine because he doesn't like the wafer cookies. And then we just have these two containers where we can store just random snacks. So we just stocked up on Bear Paws. Sometimes we have our sandwich cookies in here, just like the individual that we can just grab to put in our lunches. I love these. And then we have these containers to corral like bags of stuff, right? Like cookie mix, sidekicks. They're not as full as they normally are, but yeah, I love containers. And obviously we get big bags, we break them down into the smaller container for easier storage. So the one thing is, we do not have a pantry in this kitchen, which I moan every time. Like, I covet pantries. But I've made it work. It's fine. We've got that cupboard with, like, you know, kind of our main go-to snacks, cookies, crackers, chips, side dishes, things like that. Right? And then over here we have a cupboard with all our canned items, all our pasta, all that kind of stuff, right? So we've made it work, but I keep thinking, if we were to redo the kitchen someday, I mean, we've lived in this house 18 years, so if we were to redo the kitchen someday, how could we add a pantry to it? But I haven't figured that out yet, because there's other aspects I really like about the layout of the kitchen that I don't want to change. So we'll see. But we have changed the countertops in the time that we've been here, because they were really dark before. So we have changed those, and we've changed out appliances in the time we've lived here. They were new when we bought the house, like we bought them when we bought the house, and we've had to replace them all. But I mean, as I said, it's been 18 years, so yeah, that's a little insight to our kitchen. Oh, we replaced the tap and the sink when we replaced the counters. And I love this tap. It took some getting used to. It's, can't really see. Like, it's like a, right? It took some getting used to when we got it, but I love it. And then a little while ago, the flow started being really slow, like really weak, low pressure. And we took it apart and did some research online, and you know, what could that be? Because no other taps in our house, the water pressure never seemed to change. And we found out it was clogged at the top. Not in the common where a lot of the YouTube videos talked about, but we took one of the things that it talked about, soaking a piece. It's like a filter thing, I can't think of what it's called, in some vinegar and stuff, but we just soaked the opposite end. I mean, we did that, but then we soaked the opposite end where the other filter is, where we couldn't really, there might be a filter, but we weren't really sure because you can only see so much of the tap, right, in the frame. And it is like so much better than what it was, so much better. So yeah, okay, that is our kitchen. I couldn't imagine. It'd be so cold.
It's a convertible, honey.
Yeah.
In the winter.
I'm so glad we have heat in my car. Well, they're enjoying the snow. Oh my gosh. You're insane. We just got home from a family gathering, and we got this lovely poinsettia from my uncle. And we got this little cute reindeer guy from one of our nieces.
A Jolly Rancher. Yum.
And which one is it?
Green apple and cherry. Sound good?
Have you figured out which one's your favorite yet?
Yeah. Strawberry and lemon.
Okay. Well, it is Sunday evening now, and I thought I would give you a reading update and close out this vlog. So I am about halfway through Explosive Christmas Showdown by Darlene L. Turner, and I am really enjoying this book. It's almost like every chapter ends on a little bit of a cliffhanger. Not completely, but enough that it's like, I need to know what's going on. I need to move this over. I need to know what's going on. And so, yeah, I'm really enjoying it, but so much, like, there's full of action. A number of people have been killed in various different incidences. A number of things have happened that put multiple people at risk on the team that is trying to stop this killer. And what's the motive? I have no idea, but I still have half the book to go, just over 100 pages, so we will see. But I am really enjoying this, and I'm hoping to finish it tonight, maybe? I don't know, because as I talk about in the next book, I kind of want to finish it. So I don't know which one I'll focus on. Krista from Books and Jams is doing sprints tonight, so I plan on participating and editing this video so that I can get it ready to be posted. But the other book that I am currently reading is The Wish Book Christmas by Lynn Austen, but I'm listening to this on audiobook, and Sarah Zimmerman is the narrator, and I absolutely love her. I was so excited when I heard that she was the narrator because I didn't even think to look who was narrating it before, but when it said her name, I was like, oh, I like her. And I am near the end. That's not the page. Somebody folded down the page in this book. I'm on page 231 and there's only 250. Oh, wow. I didn't realize I was that close to the end. The rest is just extra, I guess. Well, now I don't know. Do I finish listening to the audiobook? The fact that there's only 25 pages left. Now I don't know. Yeah, I'm really enjoying this story, really enjoying it. And the message that the moms are trying to teach to the boys about the meaning of Christmas and giving and not receiving, and the way the boys are realizing that, and then their hearts showing others who have less than them, like how they're giving up. And I love it. And I really like the romance that's happening. Really, it's off the page, but I still really like it. A very positive outlook for the kids. So yeah, I'm really enjoying this one. And I'm also very invested in this one. Yeah, I don't know which one, because I don't normally listen to audiobooks like at night and stuff. So I don't know. Do I save that little bit for tomorrow morning as I'm getting ready for work and then start another audiobook tomorrow? Or do I just finish it and then start my new audiobook tomorrow? I don't know. Yeah, so what else have I read this week? This week I did finish My Merry Mistake by Courtney and Walsh. I really enjoyed that story as well. And I read a bit of Dying Declaration by Randy Singer, but not very much progress. I'm really taking that slow. And it's not that I want to avoid it. I think I just want to get the Christmas books read before Christmas. Even though my next audiobook is not a Christmas book, but it's the only book I have left on audio for my TBR. So we'll see. So that is this week. I'm gonna sign out here. Did I even tell you what we did today? Before I sign out, let's recap the day. So we went out of town to meet up with my family at kind of a central, the middle location at my uncle and uncle's place, or uncle's girlfriend's place, whatever. yeah, and so we saw family and had dinner, played a couple games, and then we did a little gift exchange and we came home. Yeah, and thankfully the weather was pretty good. There was snow-covered roads, but not like it wasn't blowing snow and it wasn't snowing. And we drove past so many Amish horse and buggies. And I just said to Andrew, if we had to travel like that, I'd never leave the house in this weather because it is so cold here. Today it is negative 15 Celsius, feeling like negative 21 with the wind chill according to the weather channel. And I'm just like, yeah, no, I was cold in the car. My feet were cold in the car. I would never want to travel by horse and buggy in the winter. Especially there were some open carriages and some closed in, but there were some open ones and I'm like, no, never. No, thank you. Brave souls. Yes, so that was our Sunday. That is it for this week. I hope you will stay tuned for future videos on the channel. Have a great day. Bye.